Hello everybody, this is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. Today, we're not going to talk to you about weight loss. We're going to talk to you about weight gain. And in particular, you ladies out there. Now, you women are always trying to lose weight. You're trying to fight the battle of the bulge, trying to get rid of that stomach, that pooch that you have. Sometimes your thunder thighs, sometimes that turkey neck under the arm there. But I'm here to tell you how to put on weight without putting on too much fat. Now, truth be told, people are always trying to get rid of fat. But when you gain weight, you want to add a little bit of fat because it gives your skin that nice, smooth, soft, sexy appearance. And that's what you want. So this is what I'm going to tell you to do. And we're going to start off with some basic things about gaining weight and how to do it safely and effectively so that you can look your best, feel your best without jeopardizing your health. We want to do this in the right way, not by eating junk and picking up a whole bunch of fat, which is what you don't want. You might want it in your booty, but you don't want it anywhere else. Well, let's get started with it right now. Now, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to tell you just what I said. You're going to put on muscle. Now, ladies, hold on. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, if I eat these things, if I put on weight, if I start lifting weights, I'm going to get big and huge and I'm going to look like a man. I'm going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm going to look like Lou Ferrigno, Flex Wheeler. All right? Not at all. You see, if you're not taking anabolic steroids like these men and women who compete in these bodybuilding championships, Mr. Universe, Mr. Olympia, Miss Universe, if you compete in these competitions, you are taking anabolic steroids because the human body was not made to look like that, first of all. And second of all, when you are working out that often, human body takes about 48 hours minimum to recover from a hard 2-3 hour workout. These guys are going 2 a day, sometimes 3 times a day to get in shape for these competitions, which is almost an impossibility. Your body does not generate that much energy, therefore you need an outside supplement to help it do so. Thus, anabolic steroids. Now, these over-the-counter things, they're not much different. They have chemicals in them. They have some derivatives of what we would call formerly steroids, but are legal today. So don't get trapped into the creatine phosphates and all those kinds of things that are going to put artificial mass on your body. This is the things I'm going to tell you to stay away from. The amino gainers, okay, supposedly build amino acids or help your body build amino acids so that you can rebuild muscle faster. Now, your body naturally produces amino acids if you give it the right things, but you don't need an artificial synthetic inside of your body because, first of all, we don't know the long-term effect of those, and second of all, I think some of the additives that they put in there is sugar-ridden and it has other stuff in there. Creatine phosphate as another recovery drink that they are actually putting in there to help people recover faster so they can work out more, so they can gain more muscle. Don't fall for the BS, people. All of it, if you read it, it has ingredients in there, of which I've got some here. Take a look at these. We got something called MSG. All of you should have heard of that. Monosodium glutamate. It's what they usually put in Chinese food to make you want to come back for more. It's not that Chinese food isn't filling. It just means that it has MSG in it. So even after you've eaten this huge, astronomical, fantastic meal from an Asian restaurant, 20 minutes later, you're hungry. You just ate enough food to ransack a small village, but yet and still, you're hungry. 20 minutes later, MSG. It's a brain neurotoxin that kills brain cells just as if you were drinking alcohol, beer, taking drugs. It does the same exact thing, MSG, but it's in food and it's in a lot of food. The next one I'm going to tell you to stay away from is soy. Right? Soy is the thing that is in most, especially women's weight gainers and things like that. And that product, soy, is actually estrogen mimicking in the body, meaning that your body will think that you have estrogen. It will shut down your ovaries from producing estrogen. And then all of a sudden, they say that soy is good for us. They come out with a report that says soy is good. Look at the fucking source before you believe that soy is good for you. Anybody can write an article on anything. They're just the same way I'm bringing you this video. However, I am a anatomy and physiology instructor and a medical researcher. Therefore, I know what it does on a cellular level in your blood and how it comes out in the tissue and in the muscle fiber. You don't, all right? They don't. They're just trying to sell the shit to you. All right, so take it from somebody who knows, somebody who's in the field right now. You can't believe everything you hear, and whenever you have a news, people think that just because it came from the newspaper, from the television, from CNN, it's instantly credible. These people are out to get ratings, not to look out for your health. I know all of them have this little health segment, Channel 5 investigates and all this bullshit. But sometimes they get results for you, and I agree with that on certain consumer issues. But when it comes to your health, they don't have medical researchers and people who are looking for your best interest. They are looking to hire a doctor so that they can appear credible. All right, you have to go deeper and look at the source. Some people you might be able to trust. I trust more people on the internet than I ever do in mainstream media because I know they're doing it for the purity of the information, not for ratings, not because our sponsors want us to say this, because they're funding our whole operation. Okay, so just take that into account when you're thinking about these things that they got in there. So ladies, just remember, soy is estrogen mimicking in the body, so your body will stop producing estrogen, and you may notice that you have a few more manly features come on. You might notice that your shoulders get a little wider. You might notice that your voice deepens just a bit. You might notice that your muscle tone goes up a little bit. Now, that's the effects of soy. Let's go on to the next one. There's something called carrageenan. It's a cancer-causing agent. If you look it up, there's nothing good about carrageenan. They use it in foods as a preservative, and in most cut meats and things that you have at the supermarket, it's in there. So most soy milk has carrageenan in it. And that's two for one. Soy, like silk, you got soy and carrageenan in there, so you got something that's going to destroy your estrogen production inside your body, and then you have carrageenan, which is going to induce cancer of any type. It could be bone, liver, pancreatic, breast, those type of cancers inside your body. So stay away from some of these additives that they're putting in your food because they claim it does something for you. It's just to sell it, okay? It's just a product to sell. There's no health benefit to most of it, okay? And last but not least, processed sugar. Now, natural sugar is fine. If you guys eat a banana, a strawberry, a peach, a pineapple, those things have natural sugar that your body knows exactly what that sugar is, and it can easily turn that into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, inside your body. So those are fine. But white processed sugar, I'm going to tell you this. Just stay away from anything white. Bread, flour, sugar, anything that's white and processed, leave the crap alone, okay? You are doing more damage to your body than you could ever know. And you remember that little pooch, that belly? I have a video on this very website talking about how bad it is to put about weight gain. It's just about losing weight and how to lose weight and how to do it properly. I do that for men and women. So if you want to look at that video, it's right here on this website. But today we're just going to keep it short and sweet. Okay. So next thing we're going to talk about here is, let's get down to the nitty gritty of this. Okay. Eating more often and eating the right things to gain weight. Now, when we say eat more often, I am not telling you to sit down at a table and have 6 3-course meals throughout the day. It's impossible, and most of us don't have time to do that. We work jobs and things that we go to every day, so don't think that I'm telling you to do that, okay? Not me, okay? But when we eat, we do mean you should have snacks in between your meals. So you should not be skipping breakfast. You should have a snack in between breakfast and lunch. You should be having lunch. You should have a snack between lunch and dinner. You should be eating dinner, and then you should have a few snacks throughout the evening to kind of keep your metabolism going, all right? Now, if you skip a snack, that's fine, but don't skip the meals, okay? So don't skip the meals. Now, what are we going to be eating in order to gain this weight? Well, for breakfast, we're going to stick with oatmeal. That's one of the main staples. Heavy, rich in energy without giving you fat. It is a carb, I know, but it's going to give you fat and it's going to give you some of the energy you need. Don't add sugar to it. All right. If you're going to add a sweetener, add something nice that your body is going to burn over a long period of time. Like, people don't realize that regular oatmeal with peanut butter in it, oh, talk about good. All right. You might want to do oatmeal with coconut chips in it. You can do oatmeal with honey. Honey doesn't sweeten as much as I would like it to, but if you want to do a natural sugar like a turbinado sugar or a palm cane sugar, those kinds of things are natural sugars that will burn in your body, and they're brown in color, not white like the processed shit. Okay, now other things that we're going to eat. You can eat eggs all you want. All right, don't worry about your cholesterol. There's no such thing as high cholesterol. Eat lots of oatmeal. Make sure that your meals are on point. And when you do eat the oatmeal, you'll feel a spike of energy and sweeten it with something that is natural. Now, second of all, what you can do for breakfast is grits. People love grits. Grits put the butter in there. You need butter. Get that cholesterol up. Because like in other countries, that cholesterol, we have found in other countries that high cholesterol is actually good for you because it helps maintain the integrity of your cells, when in our country, we say that cholesterol is bad, and if you raise cholesterol, then we got to get that down with a drug or a medication. We got to do that because that's the way we do shit here in America. Don't fall for the okie doke, okay? Now, just pay attention to the real stuff. And in other countries, they're not afraid to study this stuff. And in some things, some of these very important issues that we have over here in the United States, it's illegal to do studies on them because they have made it against the law to try to get the real information out of this. Like for vaccines, I have no idea what that is, but let's get back to the main point here. Okay, if you like grits, put that butter in there, because natural, real butter. I didn't say country crock spread, damn it. I said butter. Okay, don't get any margarine, don't get any of these fancy it's better than butter or whatever the hell they got. Butter. Get the real butter. It will give you cholesterol that you need to keep your cells healthy. Okay, take it from me. All right, I know. That's why I'm in the shape I'm in. It's why I've lost 25 pounds over the last 6 months. The stuff works. Okay, it works. Men or women, it works. Okay. Other things you can do for breakfast are make sure you do the eggs. Raise up. All right. I know it's got some sodium in there. If you want to do egg whites every once in a while, go ahead and do it. Less sodium, but we want the yolk of the egg, but we don't want to cook it to death. So if you're doing hard fried eggs, you're kind of destroying the nutrients. But kind of scrambled eggs, soft. Sunny side up, that kind of thing, over easy, but just keep the yolk in contact and in some form, okay, just to keep it good for you, to keep it healthy, so you can get those nutrients out of that yolk. Okay. So that's for the most part. Add other things that you want, but don't let it be sugar-ridden things, okay? Things that are filled with sugar, because anytime you pair a protein with a sugar, again, you're going to get these agglutination products, and that's not good for your bloodstream. You don't want your red blood cells sticking together because you ate the wrong combination of foods. So stick with those. Bowl of oatmeal. You can always add nuts, okay? Macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, peanuts, walnuts, almonds. You can add all that stuff as a side on any meal to add calories, because that's what we want. You want to gain weight, we want calories. Okay, now for lunch, I don't mind you eating bread, but do whole grain bread. Now grains aren't the best for you now that we've discovered that too. Everybody was all holy on the whole grain bread. Eat what you want to eat, but I just say stay away from the white stuff because it's supremely processed. Think about what it takes to get a piece of bread that is brown in color to a almost paper white consistency. You imagine the processing that goes into that, so kind of stay away from stuff like that. Okay, now when we actually do this, go for lunch. I don't mind the meats. Okay, stick with the chicken, get some fat in there, but steaks and I guess beef products would probably be the best. I try to stay away from ground beef because of the incidences of bacteria that tend to be born in that kind of thing, but steaks, cuts of meat, red meat. We want to gain weight, so don't go nuts on the red meat, okay? When I say red meat or when I say chicken, I mean like 6 ounces, okay? We don't mean go out and have a whole smorgasbord, buy a whole chicken and eat it, because some people are, they're down for that. But don't go crazy on the chicken. Okay, or on the steak. Chicken and steak have protein in it, one of which is called casein. All right, you only need about 5% of your diet to be that, and that's not even on a daily basis. You can do that every other day. However, in large amounts, it puts stress on your liver, and now you're into a whole nother boat. So stay moderate in whatever you do. Now, snacks. All my snacks are going to be nuts, bananas, okay? Nuts and bananas. They all have calories. good healthy calories, good healthy fats, which contain omega-3s, not omega-6s, and that banana is going to give you that natural sugar to keep you going to the next meal. So if you want to do both, if you want to do either or, go ahead and knock yourself out. For dinner, steak, all right? Add a lot of leafy green vegetables to your dinner, okay? Spinach, Swiss chard, kale, those add them to your dinner, okay? Forget the dinner rolls, okay? Don't try to do carbs for carbs' sake, because carbs turn into sugar and sugar turns into fat. If you're going to do a sugar, do a natural sugar that comes along with a fruit. Okay, so stick with that. You can change up your meats, you can change up your greens. That will give you enough variety, and depending on what spices or herbs that you add to it, that can just all bring it up to life. Just bring it to life. When people think healthy, they don't think about doctoring it up, but you got to doctor it up to make it taste good so that you'll continue to do it. Okay, so that's all I got as far as food is concerned. But there's one last thing I want to tell you about, other than food, that's going to pack on those pounds and help you gain weight. If you ate like I just told you, in a month, you will have nice, lean, heavy, healthy muscle that you added to your frame, and probably about 15 to 20 pounds will be added to your frame that looks good. Okay, last point here, avoid heavy cardio or even moderate cardio if you're trying to gain weight. Okay, if you do cardio while you're trying to gain weight, you're going to lose the gains that you just got from eating all that good food and lifting those weights. Okay, when you're trying to gain weight, cardio is the enemy. I know it's good for you, I know it gets the heart rate up, I know it feels good and gets you going. I didn't say you couldn't exercise, I just said don't do heavy or medium level cardio, because it will dissipate the gains that you just put on. Okay, cardio is the thing that gets your heart going, and when you do cardio, we were never designed as human beings to do high levels of cardio, endurance races, 75-mile runs and shit like that. I don't see how people do it, but they do it anyway, and they're pushing against everything in their body that tells them to stop. That's the power of the conscious mind. But what you got to realize is that once you go past a certain point, and that point is usually around 15 minutes of cardio, your body says, okay, we don't need this, we're not chasing any food, there's no danger around here, what the fuck are we running for? Okay, so when your body puts that in your mind, it says we've just used up all the reserves that you have of energy, so now it goes into something called anaerobic, all right, respiration, which means respiration without oxygen. So now instead of using oxygen, you're not, or ATP production, now you're going into the Krebs cycle to try to reproduce energy, and that energy then becomes lactic acid, okay, which builds up in your muscle, and now that in prolonged use actually eats away at the muscle that you just built. So don't feel like you have to go through all this stuff and just lose it all on cardio. Forget the cardio. A lot of people don't like doing cardio anyway. You should be huffing and puffing when you're doing the weights, okay? That's enough cardio. If you want to do a little bit of extra, you want to do a 5-minute, maybe a 10-minute jog, not a sprint, a jog, then go ahead and do it. Works out for most people. Okay, for most people, and especially for most women. Women, you have greater fat reserves on you than a man does. Therefore, you can do a little bit more cardio than we could if we were trying to put on weight. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I hope you have a happy and healthy, whatever day this is, the 14th of July. All right, so I just saw it on my computer there. So I'm going to give you this tip. If you want to cook with any oils, or if you want to add weight by a certain method of cooking, I advocate only these oils. And don't think I'm going to say extra virgin olive oil, because that ain't the best for you either. Only 2 oils I advocate are coconut oil and avocado oil. And really the avocado oil can go, because you can eat that as a healthy fat to build muscle and add a little healthy fat to your body. Avocados are excellent for that. So make some guacamole, tomatoes, onions. Oh my God. All right. But one last thing. Coconut oil you can use for almost anything. I use it as a lotion. I use it as a hair conditioner. I actually put it in my smoothies, and it actually has an effect on your immune system and boosting your white blood cell count. It does a hell of a lot of things, and you can use it for almost anything. Skin treatments, dermatitis, or anything soothing of eczema. It works on almost everything. So it's the miracle for right now until they come up with the next one. All right, I'll talk to you later. This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. We'll talk to you later. We'll talk to you soon, and please stay healthy and gain that weight. Put some comments below or on the blog if you have gained that 15 to 20 pounds using this video. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.